Today I hit the streets of New York with the one and only Jamie Logan. We asked strangers about animals, veganism, and more.
I was vegan for 13 years.
My dad owns a steak restaurant.
I just want to say I want to own a koala.
How do you feel about using animals as resources? That's what we're asking people today.
I really like to eat steak. It's good, it's natural, a lot of protein.
That's a very hard question, you know.
Would you be able to move away from using animals as resources?
I don't know. I just see the advertisements and I don't know if I can cut off the chicken or the...
I figured if I had perfect karma, I would have a perfect life. And I wasn't sure killing animals was good karma or bad karma. So I decided not to eat any animal products because of the energy that I put into my body.
Do you think that just because we like something or get pleasure from something alone, that justifies an action?
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
On the situation.
After 13 years of being vegan and doing everything right, not just vegan, like just being a very good person, not cheating, not stealing, not hurting anybody, I lived the life of my dreams.
And you decided to start killing animals again.
I feel like with the animal thing, it would probably be better to go away from it, but I feel like it's too hard to.
If I had to give people advice, I would just say to simplify, you know, and just eat what you want.
I started eating fish again because I got shot like 11 times.
Does fish heal shot wounds?
Eating fish again really helped me gain that muscle back.
I love the idea of eating what you want. I think that's great. But do you think we should look at if eating what we want affects others? For example, the animals in the meat industry, do you think we should take their perspective into account?
Well, everybody has a family and everybody comes from somebody. I think everybody should be accounted for. At the same time, you can't judge people.
What is the difference between, let's say, a dog's right to live and a pig's right to live or a cow's right to live?
Well, I feel like a dog is like a house pet, and a pig is definitely not a house pet.
Do you think it's possible to thrive and survive off of plants?
If you do it right, yeah. I didn't do it right.
They eat their own feces and then puke.
Well, actually, that's not so true. Pigs are very clean, and they actually have different areas where they sleep and different areas where they use the bathroom. And what's interesting is pigs are actually smarter than dogs. And studies have shown that they can follow commands and that they can actually, there was one study that showed that they were able to play video games. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So what's holding you back from making the decision today to going plant-based?
I don't know. I have a lot of vices that I have every day.
We can't force people to change their diet, but what we could do is put more regulation on them. They put regulation on me and my businesses. Why can't we regulate them?
Dogs are probably cuter.
Okay. So all of this being said, there's a few differences, right? But in the ways that they are similar, they are both able to experience pain. They are both able to experience happiness and joy as well, right? Do these slight differences of just their aesthetics, the way they look, justify abusing and killing farmed animals?
Well, I don't know about abusing. That's messed up. But
Okay.
killing the animal to eat it, I think that's perfectly
A pig
fine.
tastes better than a dog.
How do you know?
Yeah, how do you?
I guarantee you it tastes better.
He's like, yo, bro, how do you know?
We do have a lot of regulations. The problem is that the meat industry is so powerful that they give politicians a bunch of money to turn a blind eye. I have a lot of friends who have exposed animal cruelty at these farms many, many times. And whenever that happens, instead of going after the farmer, they go after the activists. My friends have been in jail just for getting footage of places. So there's too much consolidation of power. But at the end of the day, all these places, the animals are the product, right? Whenever you put animals with profit, which one do you think is going to win?
I mean, the way that the world works right now is profit.
There's people who decide to live a life on the farm and that's their means of business or means of living or whatever. Everybody has to make the decision themselves.
What can we do as individual consumers to disrupt that?
Just shop properly. But obviously the price has a effect, People don't want to pay $100 for a piece of meat. They'd rather pay $2, So that $2 piece of meat is definitely grown in a way that's unethical.
Do you think profit can justify abusing animals?
No, I don't think that's justifiable. But everybody has to eat, and it is what it is.
You know what it is that we've been raised eating pigs and it's tradition, right? Then the next question is, just because we've done something for many years, does that justify continuing to do an action? For many years, women did not have the right to vote. That was our society, that was what we lived in, that's what people knew. But things change, right? Laws change. So just because we've done something for many years, does that justify continuing an action?
It's different between humans and animals.
I try to look at this issue as any other social justice issue, which is, we got to stop trying to find right ways to do the wrong thing, because at the end of the day, every single one of these animals that we consume fought for their lives. They wanted to live, and they wanted to experience freedom, and we took that away from them simply because we enjoy the taste of their flesh. Sounds like we were meant to run into each other today, because you have those ethics and those morals. You do feel compassion for other living beings, whether they're a cow, a dog, a fish, hopefully.
They're all got personalities. You can tell. Like, every dog has its own personality. Every cat.
In China, they eat dogs. There's a Yulin Dog Festival. This is a tradition that's been going around for hundreds, thousands of years, actually. Yeah. So just because they have done that for many years, does that justify raising, breeding, and killing dogs?
I mean, maybe it's like their tradition.
Yeah.
So you were saying how like dogs and pigs are different, but they also do eat dogs.
Why do you think that you feel a difference towards fish?
Because I go fishing, and it feels like it's like I'm not like growing the fish to like slaughter it. Like I'm just like casting a rod out in the ocean, and if it catches, it's like it's kind of like luck / God's like gift to you.
So you're against fish farms, but you're okay with catching them in the wild.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's some sort of social issue for you there, like you wouldn't want to be doing something different to other people. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, for example, as long as I'm watching baseball, I want to spit sunflower seeds out when I'm watching baseball, I want to have that feeling, a nostalgic feeling of when I was playing baseball and seeing T-ball.
Vegans can watch baseball.
So it's funny because I actually used to say the same thing before I went vegan. And then I started looking into, number one, the commercial fishing industry, where they take large nets and they rack up, build trillions of fish every single year. Like, we're gonna see fishless oceans if we keep fishing at the rate that we're fishing. And then you look at the individual fishermen. But then I started to think about that one fish and the pain that is being inflicted upon that individual and what that individual is going through and how my actions were causing that. So when we look at the individual that's being affected because of our actions, that may be something that could change your mind on things.
It's just everything that comes with baseball, the alcohol. I like the churros and
Churros are vegan.
You're bringing up tradition, right?
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, just because we've done something for many years, does that justify what we do to animals?
No, it doesn't.
It's hard to find those spots that have nutritious vegan food. Most of the time, it's not nutritious.
Is our convenience more important than another individual's life? We could just take a few more minutes out of our day to plan, to maybe do some research into a well-balanced diet, that would save lives, Yeah. So just something to think about.
I don't disagree with you. I just can't figure it out.
Well, let's exchange contact information. We are resources. We're always available to help.
I think there's another way. There is another way, but you have to get it to the masses before you can deal with a person to person.
We're gonna start here with you today. It was very nice meeting you. Thank you for Jamie. Yes. What was your name again? Ryan. Thank you for having this conversation.
Natalie. Yeah, we really appreciate. We know it's a tough conversation to have, and we are putting people on the spot. So thank you for, being open-minded and thinking about some of this stuff. And yeah, what we want to see is just the world evolve away from using animals, because we have so much more knowledge about animal behavior now. People used to think animals were just biological machines. Now we know that the pigs and the chickens and the cows are just as emotionally complex as the dogs that we love at home. We also know that we don't need to eat any animal products to survive and be healthy. And while it may seem inaccessible, it is right now, but a great way to make it more accessible and to be a leader in your community is to do it yourself. So highly encourage that, and we're happy to give you resources.
Yeah, thank you for the interview. I had fun, and I just want to say I want to own a koala I want to have a koala. That's my favorite pet.
Well, I would just say that these wild animals would prefer to live in the wild.
Thanks for watching. If you want to learn how to talk to people about veganism, download my free Vegan Outreach Starter Guide, and I'll see you next time.